The engine coughs, then steadies into a low, rhythmic hum as the carrier deck trembles beneath it. Wind tears across the open cockpit, biting at the faces of the crew as they prepare for takeoff in darkness. Around them, the world is already moving on. Sleek monoplanes, enclosed canopies, retractable landing gear defining the future of aviation. And yet here stands the Fairey Swordfish, a fabric-covered biplane that looks like it belongs to another era entirely. Slow, exposed, and seemingly outdated even before the war begins, it defies every expectation placed upon it. But in one of the most remarkable contradictions in aviation history, this obsolete aircraft would not only survive, it would thrive, outlasting faster, more advanced machines and leaving a legacy carved into the turning points of the Second World War. How could something so fragile, so old-fashioned, become one of the most dependable and effective weapons of its time? To understand this paradox, we must return to the uncertain world of the early 1930s. The Great Depression had tightened military budgets across Europe, forcing nations to balance innovation with practicality. At the same time, the rapid evolution of aviation technology was reshaping expectations. Designers were abandoning biplanes in favor of streamlined monoplanes capable of higher speeds and greater efficiency. Aircraft like these symbolized progress, modern, fast, and enclosed. But naval aviation remained a unique and unforgiving environment. Aircraft had to operate from short carrier decks, endure harsh sea conditions, and perform precise, low-speed maneuvers during torpedo attacks. In this context, speed alone was not the ultimate advantage. Stability, reliability, and control at low speeds were often far more valuable. The Swordfish, first flown in 1934, was designed not to chase speed records, but to meet these specific operational demands. It was not cutting-edge, it was purpose-built. At the heart of the Swordfish's success was its extraordinary handling. Its large biplane wings generated significant lift, allowing it to fly slowly without losing control. This gave it a level of stability that many newer aircraft simply could not match, especially during low-altitude operations over open water. Torpedo attacks required precision timing and steady flight paths, often at dangerously low speeds and altitudes. Where faster monoplanes struggled to maintain control in such conditions, the Swordfish excelled. Its rugged construction and simple systems also made it highly reliable. On the rolling decks of aircraft carriers, where maintenance conditions were far from ideal, this reliability was invaluable. Crews could repair it quickly, keep it operational, and trust it to perform under pressure. In an era increasingly obsessed with speed and innovation, the Swordfish quietly demonstrated that effectiveness often lay in consistency and adaptability. Yet these strengths came with undeniable weaknesses. The open cockpit left its crew exposed to the elements, freezing winds, rain, and the constant threat of enemy fire. Its maximum speed, just over 130 miles per hour, made it one of the slowest combat aircraft of the war. Against modern fighters, it was defenseless. On paper, it should have been obsolete before the conflict even began. But war does not always reward what looks best on paper. The Swordfish's slow speed, surprisingly, sometimes worked to its advantage. Enemy anti-aircraft systems, designed to track faster aircraft, often struggle to predict its movement. Flying low and slow, especially at night or in poor weather, it could slip through defenses in ways that faster aircraft could not. Even so, missions were dangerous, and survival depended heavily on skill, coordination, and a measure of luck. For the men who flew it, the Swordfish was not just an aircraft. It was an experience defined by endurance and trust. Pilots, observers, and gunners sat in open cockpits for hours, often navigating by basic instruments and visual cues over vast, featureless oceans. There was no insulation from the cold, no protection from the wind. Every mission demanded physical and mental resilience. And yet, despite these hardships, many crews developed a deep respect for the aircraft. It was forgiving, predictable, and remarkably tough. It could absorb damage and still bring its crew home. This reliability created a bond between man and machine, a quiet confidence that, even in the most difficult conditions, the Swordfish would do its job. The aircraft also played a crucial role in shaping the identity of the Fairey Aviation Company. At a time when aviation manufacturers were racing to produce the fastest and most advanced designs, Fairey's approach with the Swordfish stood apart. It was not about pushing technological boundaries. It was about meeting operational needs with precision and practicality. This philosophy proved remarkably effective. The Swordfish remained in frontline service throughout the entire war, a testament to the soundness of its design. Its success reinforced Fairey's reputation as a company capable of delivering reliable, mission-focused aircraft, even under the pressures of global conflict. One of the most defining moments in the Swordfish's history came during the daring attack on the Italian fleet at the Battle of Taranto. In November 1940, Swordfish aircraft launched from the carrier HMS Illustrious under the cover of darkness, flying low over the harbor at Taranto. Against heavily defended targets, they delivered torpedo strikes that crippled several battleships. It was a bold and innovative operation, demonstrating the potential of carrier-based air power in a way that would influence naval strategy for years to come. The success of the attack was not just a tactical victory, it was a glimpse into the future of warfare, where aircraft carriers would replace battleships as the dominant force at sea. Equally significant was the Swordfish's role in the hunt for the German battleship Bismarck in 1941. As Bismarck attempted to escape into the Atlantic, Swordfish crews faced terrible weather and intense anti-aircraft fire. Flying through these conditions, they launched torpedoes that ultimately jammed the battleship's rudder, sealing its fate. It was a moment that captured the essence of the Swordfish, an aircraft dismissed as obsolete, delivering a decisive blow against one of the most powerful warships ever built. The contrast between the two machines could not have been greater, yet it was the slower, simpler aircraft that proved decisive. As the war continued, the Swordfish adapted to new roles, particularly in anti-submarine warfare. Equipped with radar and depth charges, it became a key asset in the Battle of the Atlantic, protecting convoys from German U-boats. Its ability to operate from smaller escort carriers and fly long, steady patrols made it uniquely suited to this mission. In these quieter but equally critical operations, the Swordfish played a vital role in safeguarding supply lines, ensuring that essential resources could reach Britain. It was not glamorous work, but it was indispensable. The emotional and cultural impact of the Swordfish extended beyond its crews. For many, it became a symbol of resilience, a reminder that strength does not always come from modernity or speed, but from reliability and purpose. Families of those who served understood the risks, knowing that their loved ones were flying into danger in aircraft that offered little protection. Yet there was also pride in the knowledge that these missions mattered, that they were contributing to a larger effort that would ultimately shape the outcome of the war. By the end of the conflict in 1945, the Swordfish had achieved something few aircraft ever do. It remained relevant from the beginning of the war to its conclusion. While newer designs gradually took over many of its roles, it continued to serve where its unique capabilities were needed. Its longevity was not a result of resistance to change, but of its ability to adapt and remain useful in a rapidly evolving environment. Eventually, however, the march of technology could not be held back. More advanced aircraft with greater speed, protection, and versatility replaced it, and the Swordfish was retired from active service. Today, surviving examples of the Fairey Swordfish can be found in museums and collections, carefully preserved as reminders of a different era of aviation. Some have even been restored to flying condition, their distinctive silhouettes once again taking to the skies.